So guys, this is the week 11 of expiry day challenge, and as you guys know, we have been doing this consistently, and we wanted to do this for at least 3 months, right? So that's what I always wanted to do this at least for 3 months, because only when you do something for a decent period of time you can see the consistency of returns and the effectiveness of the strategy, right? Because you get to see different market context, uptrend, downtrend, range bound, volatility, high, right? So, and this strategy, needless to say, has performed exceedingly well. You can see right here that this is the week 11, and there was only 1 week, that was the last week, where we incurred a loss. And of course, there were some mistakes also that I made, and those are the mistakes which I rectified today, and of course that worked out much better. So that is week 11. After week 12, I don't think I want to continue doing this unless you guys tell me otherwise. And because it's a stressful thing, guys, right? Doing this publicly, and like after having a stressful trading session, and to be able to talk about this, and those of you who trade, how difficult these days can be, right? When the money is on the line, when you see these fluctuations up and down, up and down, up and down throughout the day, the way the market moves, it's not very easy to handle all that stress, and then at the end of the day to be able to just talk about it. But if you guys are finding value in what these videos are giving, then we can think about continuing this series maybe for a few more months. But as of now, I don't really have any plans to continue doing that, right? So anyway, so if you want to watch the previous videos, there is a playlist out there. You can just watch that playlist. It will have all the details of the previous weeks, right? So having said all that, let me just talk about today. So today, and in general, what is going on with this market is this market has become very, very volatile, right? And even today, for example, the market came down, went back up, then again there was a sell-off. Then there was 2 or 3 attempts to go back up, then again a sell-off, and then again it moved back up, right? So this kind of a market is not suitable for intraday trading, and this is something which I have been telling to a lot of people out there, that guys, you have to stay out on these kind of days unless you have a very specific strategy that you want to deploy, right? So the strategy that I had to deploy was the expiry day strategy. That's what I have been doing, right? So for me, it's okay. All right, I can manage this volatility, but it's not going to be as easy as, let's say, 2 months back or 3 months back, when the market was, just going up, 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 and up. Now it has become trickier. And what I have observed is that when the market gets trickier, making money in that market teaches us to be better traders, right? Because there is a saying, right, that calm sea never made a skilled sailor, right? So the sea has to be volatile, the sea has to move violently for a sailor to master his or her skill. In the same way, the market has to be volatile. I think this is a good thing for the market, because when the market is volatile, it really tests your mettle, that are you a good trader or not? Do you know how to manage your risk? Do you know how to approach a market like this? And when things will go back to normal, at some point they will, life will become easier, right? So the way the day panned out, and I did some live recording as well. So what you're seeing right here, this is how I have booked the profit that I have booked here. Now, not everything that you see here is from an intraday trading. So this guy right here is a swing trade that I have been carrying since Monday. Right, so I've been carrying this trade since Monday, and I wanted to carry this up until expiry, because I tend to get out of a trade rather sooner. So this was one trade that I wanted to carry. So that is what I did there, and the rest of the stuff is just basically from today. And apart from this, there was another small trade that I took on from this account, where I got another 30,000 rupees. So again, this was a trade that I was carrying. This was a small positional trade that I was carrying from previous day, and this was a trade that I took today. So, and the reason I did this, I will tell you also. So today I did not want to touch Bank Nifty, right? So I did not want to touch Bank Nifty. So I did some trades in Bank Nifty, but primarily I only wanted to trade in Nifty. And the reason is that Bank Nifty has become very volatile. For my comfort level, this is getting out of control. I mean, today, in fact, it was not that bad. But still, if you see, it's not easy to trade Bank Nifty, right? So from here, a movement of about 100 points, and then again came down, went back up. So not that Nifty has not moved in a similar fashion, but the magnitude of moves and the impact that this kind of momentum has on the option prices, it becomes very hard to manage, trades. So that's the reason why I chose that, okay, whatever I will do, I will only trade Nifty. And this is the recording that I did at the time, I was taking the trades and all. So you can just see things were relatively fine. Things were relatively fine. Now, on days like this, what I do is that I don't have a directional bias, right? So I intentionally tell myself that, okay, you should not believe that the market is going to crack down, nor should you believe that the market is going to keep going higher. Because the moment you have a directional bias, it creates, that temptation to take a directional trade. And the moment you take a directional trade in this kind of a market, that is the time where you get stuck, right? And the market will get you. So the understanding of the broader market context is very important on these kind of days, because you know that there is no direction in the market. So when you are coming with a neutral mindset, life becomes easier. So essentially what I did was I just went with the flow, right? So the idea was very simple, that you just go with the flow. When the market comes down, you sell call options. When the market starts to go up, you sell put options, and then you respect your stop loss. Now, there were a couple of questions that I saw that people have asked, see, the thing is, this strategy, even though it looks simple, it has several nuances, right? It has several nuances that cannot be explained in a video, or cannot be explained on these comments, right? So that's one of the reasons why we are doing one of these workshops. And by the way, for those of you who are enrolled in the workshop, guys, this is we have the venue now. So for Hyderabad, we are doing this in Lemon Tree Hotel in Gachibowli, and for Bangalore, we are doing in Lemon Tree Hotel, Whitefields. So just for those of you who are enrolled, or those who plan to enroll, you can plan based on this. So I will talk about all these things in that workshop, and of course, those of you who are already part of the courses, you guys already know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so the main point that I'm trying to make today is that on days like this, pure directional trading doesn't work, right? You cannot go with a directional mindset. You need to have a clear mind that let the market guide me. Let the market tell, okay, I want to go down. All right, if you want to go down, I will sell call options. Let the market tell, I want to go up now. Okay, that's fine. If you want to go up, I will sell put options now. And now there are a few questions that you guys asked. One was about the stop loss. So stop loss depends on the price of the option that you are selling, right? So a cheaper option will have a wider stop loss. So for example, if I sell an option for 15 rupees, which I did, by the way, then I will have a broader stop loss, so somewhere around 30 or 35 rupees, right? So I did that. I mean, I had actually many of these stop losses were there. So I was trailing my stop loss, and so this was, I believe this at the time, this option was about 4 rupees or so. So if you have a cheaper option, you need to have a broader stop loss. But if you're selling an expensive option, then you need to do something a little bit more reasonable, right? So I believe for this guy, for example, this option that I sold some $20. So this was I think a trailing one. This one actually got hit. This was a stop loss that got triggered. That was painful. The second question that a lot of you have asked is about the capital, right? What is the capital deployed? So today I actually calculated that. So today I came out of my Bank Nifty positions sooner, and then the rest of the day I only traded in Nifty. And my capital deployed, I believe, was somewhere about 40 lakh rupees. Right, 40 lakh rupees. I was able to manage that. Most of the time I did not have to require more capital, and I wanted to keep my position sizes a little smaller given the kind of volatility we are seeing, right? So that was the second thing. I know a lot of you guys were asking that in the comments, so I thought I will explain that as well. Now there is one thing that I felt today. I thought I will talk about that as well, because that's a psychological aspect of trading. So last week I had that loss, and as you guys know, that was very volatile, and it was kind of a it kind of brings you down a little bit because you're doing this publicly, and everyone is like expecting you to show some profits, and then instead of a profit you have a loss, and you have to talk about it. So, but it was stressful. So today I was a little bit more sensitive towards losses. And so what I did was, since I was trading in Nifty, not in Bank Nifty, I did not want to do a lot of adjustments, right? So I thought I will just put the stop loss towards the end, and I will see if the stop loss gets hit, that's fine. And there were two trades that I took, and with one of the trades, I believe the stop loss was somewhere around 90 rupees, and that option went from 70 to 75 to 80, 85, it went to 87. And I was watching my own feelings towards that, because I was looking at that order right there. It was like right here, right? So in that order screen, you can see that in this orders, you can see that what is the trigger price, and you can see the latest traded price, last traded price. And you knew, like you know that it's going to get hit in a matter of a few minutes. And I was watching my own feeling of how am I feeling about it. And it was, I was feeling the pinch. I was going to feel that because I was mentally getting ready that it's going to get hit. Although fortunately it went up to 87 and then it came down, it did not trigger. But I did not want to change my stop loss price, because you never know what happens, right, on this kind of a days. But the other stop loss order did get triggered, right? So one of these orders somewhere around here, I believe, yeah, this got triggered. And the thing is, doesn't matter how long you have been trading, every time a stop loss gets hit, you will feel the pinch, right? Everybody, we are all humans. It's money on the line, and losing money is not easy. And even though absolute amount was not that big, but still losing money creates that stress, and that is part of trading process. So don't think that you need to figure out a way which you will have no emotions whatsoever. Emotions will always be there. You just have to trade, acknowledging that yes, I am a human, right? I will feel this emotion, but I don't have to be driven by these emotions, right? Feeling emotions is one thing, but taking actions based on that and taking some wrong decisions based on that, that is something that is in our control, and that's something we need to avoid. So that is it, guys. That's basically what the day was like. Very volatile day. I will not recommend you guys to do any kind of intraday trading in this kind of a market. It's dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Bank Nifty especially, my very strong advice is stay away from Bank Nifty. I did, and I'm very thankful for it that I did, because I know for sure my stress level would have gone at least 5 times if I would have traded in Bank Nifty today, right? So that's it, guys. I'm looking forward to, by the way, again, I'm looking forward to meeting you guys in Bangalore and Hyderabad, and interacting with you guys. And hopefully it's going to be a good session, and I have a lot of ideas, a lot of examples, and summary of what I've been doing in all these years. So I'm really looking forward to interacting with all of you guys. Right, guys. So with that said, I hope you guys had a good trading day, good trading week so far. I'll see you guys next time.